Assalamu alaikum, family. Welcome to Sajdah's Morning Coffee Talk, where we talk about life, love, and business. And I got an exciting announcement for y'all this morning. So sit back, stay tuned, grab your coffee. See you in a few.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
Assalamu alaikum, y'all. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I got my handy dandy headset on that my husband absolutely tease me about because whenever we're doing like a video chat, he comes to the video chat with his apparatus on and he literally walks around. I think his is Bluetooth, but I had to do this since I wanted to come. Thank you, Brother Lamont. I had to do this since I wanted to come to you live outside. So welcome to the Sajdah Saturday morning coffee talks where we talk about life, love, and business. Y'all, I went to go see Bronzeville the musical last night. It was amazing. Shout out to Sister Margaret Mahdi. I'm so happy for her and so proud of her. It's an amazing, amazing show. And I went when, at the beginning years ago, and then I went at the beginning of this run of it, and it just keeps getting better and better. It's more full, more rich, more what was much different from um previous shows is just the energy was very rich. Very a lot of Chicago pride. I love to watch Chicago shows and I want to hear a Chicago accent. Don't call your show The Shy, my bad, if you don't got people on there with a Chicago accent. There's a few, but we got a unique culture over here and you got to know us when you hear us, right? Everybody knows the New York accent, New Orleans accent. Certain places accents are very popular. Well, we got one too, right? Um, Thank you, Mrs. Phoenix. Assalamu alaikum, sis, for the donation. She says support for the beautiful content. I really, really appreciate that. For those of you who are interested in doing the same thing, you can hit that super chat button and make a donation, or you can just go to Sajdah Enterprises on Cash App. I am trying my best to keep these prices down to free or nothing for you all because I want you all to have access to this content. But you also got to understand freedom ain't free. And I'm not saying I'm offering a lifeline to freedom, but I'm trying to get you there. I'm trying to help those that are the big people, right? I'm trying to get you there. Um, Speaking of which, for the financial trauma boot camp, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was offering a free one-on-one coaching session to those of you who purchase the boot camp for $188. Okay. But that schedule is full. So now, for boot camp only, the tickets are $88. Boot camp only. That you still get a lot. You get the 3 hours. I'm gonna show y'all the video that talks about what you get. You get the 3 hour session. You still get access to the experts that we're bringing, the divorce experts, the mortgage and foreclosure and credit experts. You still get access to that. But we're learning how to approach these things in a more spiritual manner. Okay. So much trauma attached to it. When you start talking about credit and, all the scheming and scam, you start talking about mortgage and you think about how you got to give your DNA just to get a mortgage. Start thinking about getting a car and you got to give your firstborn child just to get a good rate. And we want to get rid of some of that trauma associated with all of that stuff. More importantly, we want you to be so powerful. I want you to be so powerful that you draw to yourself exactly what it is that you need. You have the tools, you have the strategies so that you can get a mortgage if you're in trouble. Because here's the big thing. A lot of times people get in trouble. They don't feel comfortable talking to somebody about it. And it might not be that the person is going to get you or have a problem with you. It just may be that you don't want to talk to somebody about it. But we're going to get you some tools and strategies. We're going to have an expert here that's going to come on the boot camp, going to break down the whole mortgage process, help you to understand it. He's going to break down what you can do if you're in foreclosure or if you're in pre-foreclosure or if you just lost your job, were foreclosure. Or if your business is going up and down and now you're in a position where your business is about to go down and you know that, and you're like, man, but I don't want to lose my house. Come to this boot camp. This gentleman, this expert is going to help you with that. You may be in a position where you've already been served and you got the papers in your hand and you're going, Lord have mercy, now what? But when you get up off your prayer rug, come to the boot camp and we'll get you in touch with some people that can really sit down and help you. And then bigger than that, okay, bigger than the threat of material loss, bigger than the actual material loss, we want to make sure that you don't have mental degradation as a result of all of these financial traumas and situations that you're going through. Okay, so my free one-on-one sessions connected to the boot camp are closed. However, Dr. Grayson and the Wali are going to give you a contact number. Our divorce coach is going to give you a contact number. I'm going to give you a contact number, but their contact numbers, you're going to be able to get a free session with them after go through the boot camp. So, since I'm not attached to it as a coaching session, the the rate now is $88. Use that QR code right there, okay, and get it while it lasts, because we only have so many webinar seats available. There's a limit. There's a we had a good number last time, and I think I gave away too many free coaching sessions, so that's why I got to cut it off this not this year session, because I gave away too many as an incentive to get you guys to register. So now that's closed, I'm going to drop the price, and you get boot camp only for $88. So we can all afford that. Go out there now, book your session. In case you're wondering, like, what am I going to get out of this? What is it going to do? Some of the people who were there just said that literally that 3 hours was life changing. And here's what makes things like that life changing. Anything that can help you with your perspective, you just might be scared. You might just be saying, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, because I don't have any money. I don't have any family. I don't have any support. I don't really have any skill. Sometimes those of us that have where we can go out and do things, we take for granted that we have those skills, because there may be people out there whose skills are not as marketable, right? People out there who can't go out and get a quick consulting contract to bail themselves out or to sustain themselves. And so we want to help you with that sense of doom, that sense of financial doom, that financial depression, that fear, that trauma. And then once you go through all of that, if you don't get help, if you don't get the tools, it stays with you. And I'm gonna show you the video that talks about the benefits of the financial boot camp. But I want to talk to us a little bit about why oftentimes as spiritual people we can't make money. Because most of us say, well, you know what? I believe in God. I pray. I'm on my prayer rug. I'm at the altar. I meditate with Buddha. I'm out with my watchtowers. I'm out with my final call. Whatever it is that you do to support your basis of religion, you may say, I'm doing all of this, but it's like I can't make any money. It's like I'm stuck on a hamster wheel. I get that a lot from you all in coaching sessions. Like, why is it? I got knowledge, I got supreme wisdom, I know Jesus, I blah, blah, blah. You got all these why you believe you should money. You might be the world's best Christian. You might be the top soldier for Muhammad. You the top pioneer for Jehovah, but you're having trouble making money. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why specifically religious people have a hard time on their own, one-on-one, investing money things. And then what we do is we start using this deceptive intelligence thinking like, well, okay, I take a vow of poverty. Well, Jesus didn't have no money, but Jesus had people around him that had money. He had Mary Magdalene rolling with him who had that bread. She had all that expensive oil. She was even able to afford to put it on his feet after she had put it in her hair. So that, a lot of people want to make that sexual, but that's to me, that's a sign of a level of abundance. So yeah, maybe Jesus didn't have any money. Maybe he just had his little sandals and whatever he was wearing in y'all mind. that is strong. So my internet says it's strong, but I saw us doing a little spinning. That may be our price that we're paying for being outside today, but um, everything says that it's strong, and I got my backup hotspot on, so we're going to keep going. Anyway, I was saying that not only did Jesus have Mary Magdalene, Mary Magdalene had her homegirls who was meeting them in each city, setting up everything, and there was money there. So it is you're gonna have to have some money if you want to promote anything. And so I want us to stop having this bad relationship with money that we have. And most religious people oftentimes have a very bad relationship with money. You can call them up and they can preach you under the table. You could call them up and they know the Bible inside and out. You can call them up and they know the Holy Quran inside and out. And while making money is not a measurement of your faith, it at least should be something that you can control and bring into your life when you need it. Okay. If you got them kind of spiritual gifts, money should just be the tool that you should be able to use to or spirituality forward or to share it with other people. So we'll talk about it. Okay, so let me show you a video. This video is going to and for you the benefits of the financial trauma boot camp. So give me a thumbs up. Good morning, Mom. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Monica, Brother Lamont. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Sister, for the lovely, lovely donation. I appreciate you. Let me show y'all what that looks like. She actually donated through the super chat. So you can do that through the super chat, or you can do it through Cash App, Sajdah Enterprises. So if you was planning, here's a little budgeting for you. If you were planning on paying for financial trauma boot camp today at the cost of $188, this is what you can do. You can use the QR code, go out there, pay $88 for the, and then give $50 through Sajdah Enterprises to support the network, and maybe we can supplement somebody else. So while seats last is going to be $88. And as I mentioned, I've given away too many free coaching, so I can't give a free one-on-one after boot camp coaching session to everybody. So I'm going to reduce the price. So boot camp only now is $88. All right. So thank you, Mrs. Phoenix. Appreciate you very much. You're going to give me, if you don't mind, a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear this okay. Right.
Anticipate and mitigate the emotional impact of negative financial issues that could potentially create financial trauma. Identify whether or not your relationship with money is negatively impacted by a previously traumatic event. Learn to manage emotions and mindset to help prevent the onset of financial trauma. Understand how to handle financially devastating events like foreclosure, how to avoid getting into a situation that threatens your property, and how to save your property if you are in pre-foreclosure or foreclosure. Navigate your way through a divorce and how to potentially avoid financial devastation to your family. You will walk away with resources to help you start, manage, and scale your business. You'll walk away with resources who can help you to avoid and prevent foreclosures. You also walk away with resources to help you avoid and navigate divorce. You will walk away knowing that you are not alone. Be a friend and tell a friend. Register today.
All right.
Anticipate and mitigate.
I wanted to make sure that you all heard those benefits of the session. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. I think we're doing good out here. Um, some of you all who know me, and I always hesitate about sharing this kind of stuff because people, I think, sometimes don't know how to take it. But let me say it this way. Um, all of us come into this world with certain spiritual gifts. Okay. Um, some of us hone our gifts earlier in life. Some of us have gifts that we've worked with for a longer period of time. So it makes it a little bit easier. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. It makes it a little bit easier for us to access our gifts. Um, I'm one of these persons that has had a very strong, several very strong spiritual gifts my entire life. Um, some I try to ignore and was embarrassed about. And then others I kind of secretly use to help me become successful. And one of the things that one of them that I'm pretty good at is reading energy. So I can so most of us all can read energy. Okay. We all know how to walk into a room and tell if it's sad, if it's happy, but sometimes reading um certain energy and then interpreting what that means is we can't go to that. A lot of us can't go to that next level. We can go, something don't feel right, but we have a hard time taking it to that next level. And I'm blessed to be able to understand what those energies feel like in my body so that, oh, wow, Brother Lamont, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, sir. All praises due to Allah. Look at Brother Lamont said, I got you, Mrs. Phoenix. Praise be to Allah. Thank you, sir. And Brother Lamont, if you are available September 15th and you do want to attend financial boot camp, I will give you a free registration to financial boot camp for your generosity and your long-term support of the channel, of the network, and my work. And I pray, Allah, that it has benefited you. So if you email me, Brother Lamont, at, excuse me, mind of an entrepreneur today at gmail.com, mind of an entrepreneur today at gmail.com, or DM me on IG. Don't DM me on Facebook because there's a bunch of stalkers on there. I don't look at those. But if you DM me on Instagram, give me your email address, I'll send you a link to the event when we start to send out the links. Okay? So thank you. You are absolutely welcome. I really, really appreciate your support. So email me or DM, okay? And give me your email address so that I can send you a link. I usually send out the links um, the day of the event, so you won't get it between now and then, but somewhere around the 15th, you'll get a link. Okay, so thank you so much for that. Anyway, um, I have been blessed to learn my body um, and how energy affects my body, and then I've been able to learn how what the effect on my body means. So it's like a language. It's like an energy language that I've learned. Um, and some of you, especially those of us that are, I'm saying this, I'm careful because I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I want you to know this about yourself. Some of us who are very religious, and I know people who are watching this are going, girl, what you talking about? You the one religious. I am. I am very religious. I'm also very extremely what you call spiritual. I'm not um, I'm not dogmatic in my approach to religion. And I'm very inclusive in my approach to religion as well. I take great pride in being a Muslim follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Um, through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I take great pride in that. And even just thinking about it, my heart is just jumping um, in saying that to you. I take great pride in being a student of Master Fard Muhammad, but I'm not dogmatic. And I'm very generous and open with my spirituality. So if you come around me, you can learn, you can get information. Um, I'm gonna make you feel like you a follower as well until you actually are. And me and my immediate family, everybody's not registered, but everybody loves the minister, everybody respects the minister, everybody um, understands the benefit of the teachings, and I try my best to live a life that is attractive enough to them, and the things in the life that make them attractive, I make sure I'm very clear on where that came from and how it got there. I don't care if you walk up to me and say, girl, your skin is popping. Then I have something within my religious and spiritual practice that I can tell you that attributed to my skin popping. If somebody says to me, girl, you look good. Somebody said to me yesterday, oh my God, you lost so much weight. I said, well, let me tell you how. Okay. So, um, but a lot of us as religious people, we are very heavy. And so a lot of times, I wish y'all could see this. We got this beautiful black and white little finch that's just sitting there listening. Um, when you're in the presence of someone, your spirit be. So you feel heavy. People don't really want to be around you because you're heavy. You're not fun. You're not contributing to anybody. See, if people know that you'll pour into them, you'll help them, you'll support them, you can be very nurturing. You got to go into your feminine a lot of times in order to do that. And I know a lot of times brothers don't like to hear that. Go into your fatherly. If you don't like people saying go into your feminine heart energy, go into your fatherly energy, even if it's somebody that's supposedly on your level. But it's easy to say to us as religious people, don't be so heavy. You get in a room, a lot of us as Muslims, you get in a room with us and we're just heavy. You get this a lot with Jehovah Witnesses too. It's just heavy. It's a heavy energy. And we like to interpret the we like to, Brother Lamont said he's snapping his fingers. um, we like to interpret the energy as us being so hardcore on our mission, and anybody who doesn't have that heavy weight on them, they must be something wrong with them. They must be a hypocrite. They must got a problem. But um, see, Allah's weight is not heavy. And if we're striving to be like Allah, if we're striving to be like God, if we're striving to be like Jesus, if we're striving to be like Jehovah, if we're striving to be like Buddha, if we're striving to be like Yahweh, that is not a heavy weight. God is so light and his energy is so easy to carry that you don't even know you carrying it. His energy is everywhere. It's lighter than the air that we take for granted. The only time the air around us gets heavy is when our ability to absorb the air becomes impeded. The only time the energy around us gets heavy is when our ability to absorb the energy gets a blockage, gets manipulated. That's the only time. So we're not being godlike by being heavy all the time. See, at the end of the day, I don't care the most hardcorest person out here. They want an easier way. They want to know that they matter. They want to know that they are loved. See, what's missing in the world is the love, the love that you claim to get from your religion, but you hold it and it sits in here and you're heavy and people don't like being around you because now they can feel you judging. They feel all this energy where you looking at them like why they got that on and why their face look like that and oh, this is what I heard about them. It's weighty, very weighty. And then it's so weighty that when it comes to money, and I tell a lot of my business people this, like, be very careful if you go into business or do a project with somebody who's very heavily religious. Uh-oh. I know y'all don't want to hear that. Make sure that they carry their religion in a light, flowing type of manner. They should be very fatherly. They should be very motherly. They should be very friendly. They should be very brotherly. They should be very sisterly. There shouldn't be a whole lot of judgment around them. They should be so attractive that when you're hanging out with them, you just don't want to stop hanging out with them. When you're on the phone with them, you should be like, man, I don't really want to get off the phone. That's how we should be giving. We should be giving to Allah, to what Allah cares about so much that people should mistake us for it. And we should have to say, oh, no, 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 no. All praise is due to Allah. Because they should feel the energy of what we say we believe coming through us. It should just be oozing from us, not weaponized. See, a lot of us as religious people are so insecure, we weaponize our religion, not only with people who are outside the religion, but we weaponize our religion with each other. Oh, they don't read as much as me. They don't wear their uniform as much as me. They ain't been around as long as me. They don't look like me. Oh, look how fat they are. They can't be following the teachings. Look at what they're going through. Something must be wrong with their religion. All the judgment, all of that is weighty. It's very, very heavy. And then you sit down and you book a coaching session with me and you say, trying to figure out how to make money. I can't make no money. And a lot of religious people end up dipping over and doing one or two things. They either end up going, okay, well, I'm going to just go get me a job and I'm going to be a taskmaster on my job because I'm really mad because I can't do for self. Or they say, all right, well, I'm going to do something shady because in doing something shady, I can make it look like I'm manifesting. I can use what I know of the religion to trick people enough to get them to bring me on. But if they bring me on a job or they bring me on a project, I ain't going to do nothing. I ain't going to help. But I know enough to trick them to make them think that I am. You can't trick God. You can't be out here trying to fool the very people that he came to save. Trust me. More than likely, there's more God out there in the streets and inside those people that you claim ain't nothing than it is in you. Uh-oh. Because when you know better, you do better, right? So their behaviors are matched up with what they know. But your behavior ain't matched up with what you claim to know. So why is there a heaviness when it comes to making money? Because a lot of us, we ain't gonna, y'all neither. A lot of us are hypocrites. And money hates hypocrites. Money hates hypocrites so much that if you're a hypocrite, it's going to say, go get a job and sit down on somebody else's job. And I'm going to pay you this minimum wage and you're going to make that for the rest of your life because you're a hypocrite. Or it may say, you know what? I ain't even coming over there around you. I don't even want to be bothered with you because you're a hypocrite. What does that mean? How does that happen? And this is not for us to judge. I'm going to go into that also a little bit later, but let me explain the hypocrisy part of it. And if you ever taken a money psychology course with me, the first thing I say to you is money hates hypocrites. Because we walk around and say, well, money is the root of all evil. Well, then why you want it? Why are you chasing it? Why are you getting up going to work every day looking for it if it's the root of all evil? What does that really, really and truly mean? We're going to talk about that. Or we say, it ain't about the money for me. I don't like having money. I don't care about money. I don't even want no money. Well, guess what? That's why you ain't got no money. That's the reason why event after event after event becomes a financial trauma for you, and you don't even know it because you're using your religion as deceptive intelligence to tell yourself that it don't really matter, when at the end of the day, you can't do what you're supposed to do because you can't manifest. And this is not to judge anybody. We don't see, as we're navigating and we understand energy and religion and thoughts, you don't judge. I'm gonna tell you something about me. I don't compete against people. I don't put an excessive amount of judgment on people because I realize that we're all here on earth, but we're all experiencing a different version of earth. And it's all based on whatever experiences we have to go through in order to tweak who we are, that will allow us to be who we need to be in order to have what we need to have so that we can do what we showed up on the planet to do. So it's no judgment zone to me. I don't compete against you. What you got is yours. What I got is mine. It ain't nothing I can do about it. And it ain't damn sure ain't nothing you could do about what I got. So I don't get into that because I see my life. I navigate the world using energy and vibration and spirit. And I'm always trying to make sure that my state is at a frequency so that I can receive whatever I showed up to that moment to do, to be of service for, or whatever. But money is just energy. And so I want to use some time on this financial boot camp to help you understand that money is energy. It has no power until it moves. What's written on the piece of paper, the paper itself, the service, the summons, whatever you got, divorce summons, the foreclosure note, whatever, the paper means nothing. What means something is how you interpret what's on the paper. And so we want to help you, if you have gotten yourself in trouble, how to reinterpret that so that you feel okay with reaching out for help, for aid and assistance when you need it. So that you have enough faith in order to create the energy space that will bring the right situation and the right circumstances to you. See, part of our problem is that a lot of us are religious, but we're just masculine dominated. And I know a lot of our macho brothers don't like to hear that. Even some of the macho sisters don't like to hear that. But you're too male dominated. And what I mean by that is you're too much up here. This is the masculine mind. And in that masculine mind, you're going to be limited in what you can do. What you're doing up there with the masculine mind, you're analyzing, you're going over the same information over and over and over again. You're not allowing anything else to come in because you're trying to solve the problem based on your limited intellectual capacity. And if your intellectual capacity was enough for you to solve it, you'd have solved it by now. So you got to go into your feminine space, your nurturing space, so that you can receive revelation, so you can receive information or energy that is beyond your and my intellectual capacity. If God gives you an assignment, it's not going to be an assignment that he knows you could do. It's more than likely going to be an assignment that's going to require you to become someone else, to tweak who you are so that you can get yourself through it. But we're too in our masculine. And if you think about it, and we If you look at people like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he's both masculine and feminine. I don't mean that in a physical way. See, this is another thing, this world, the way they define masculine and feminine and get it all mixed up about what a woman is and this, that, and the other. And they got us so confused that we don't like using those words. But the feminine part, the nurturing part, the teaching part. See, Master Farah Muhammad wouldn't never came here if it wasn't for that nurturing part of him, that part of him that loves us to the point where he would eat rattlesnakes. See, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would not have risked his life and did everything that he needed to do if he did not have a quantum energy side to him, a heart side to him. Do you know the majority of the stories that people walk up to me and tell me, and my brother will tell you, because we've been places where you wouldn't even think that the person knew who the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is. They'll walk up and say, you know what? He saved my house. I was about to lose my house. I had gotten into a bad loan and he gave me the money. Or he paid my child's tuition. Or I was a member of the Georgia Democratic delegation in 1968 and he paid for all of us, Black and white, and probably some LGBTQ too as well, to go to the convention. So people talk about him carrying a roll of nickels in his pocket. The number of people that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan consistently helps. Jesus was always in his quantum, in his heart, in his feminine, always giving. He was not somebody where dreams go to die. See, most religious people, if you sit down and present an idea to a religious person, your idea is going to die right there with them. If you present an idea or a product or service that you want to do to a religious person, it's going to die right there. But if you present that idea or that concept, and this is what I strive for, to somebody who understands, who's not dogmatically religious, but who is spiritual in their methodology and how they walk this earth, you present an idea to me, I'm going to go harder and try to make it happen for you than you more than likely will if I present an idea to you. See, if I present an idea to you, you're going to be okay with it dying with you. Because what you're going to do is you're going to use your religion to create deceptive intelligence as to why you couldn't even make anything happen. You're going to say, oh, these old bootlicking niggas, they won't even call me back. Or you're going to say, oh, these old people, they just jealous of you, Sister Sajdah. They don't want to talk to you. If you come to me with an idea, I am going to feel tasked to show you that there is a God and that he flows through this little vessel right here. I'm going to do everything I can to try to make it happen for you. If you give me away, if you say, well, can you call so-and-so for me? If I start calling so-and-so, and they don't answer the phone, I'm not coming back to you talking negatively about so-and-so. I'm going to say, you know what? They ain't going to do nothing, but this is what I thought about. If you give your ideas to a dogmatically religious person, they will die right there with them. So be careful with your stuff, because that dogmatically religious person will then trick you and you'll be waiting. Oh, they're going to do it. They believe in Jesus. That's the pastor's wife. Pastor's wife may not mean no harm, may not be a manifester. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat, because I see y'all over here popping. Let's see. Sister Aurelia said, religious people will weaponize against others in judging, especially, that they don't see you believing in a mystery God. Yeah. And I'm telling you something, Sister Aurelia, that happens within religions, right? So I'm not talking Muslim versus Christian. I'm talking Muslim on Muslim, Christian on Christian, Jehovah Witness on Jehovah Witness. We're judging. And oftentimes, if we don't see a person doing something according to the letter of the law, then we're like, Yeah, they can't. They ain't real. They ain't about it. But yet you sitting here raggedy, naked, homeless, and out of doors, and then you would use your religion to justify that instead of saying, you know what? Allah is everywhere. God is in everyone and in everything. And just because I may not see what value he sees in that person doesn't mean that he's not over there with them. So let me go and approach the situation and look for Allah everywhere instead of looking for him based on my little pea brain limited mindset. And just because I don't see him do certain things doesn't necessarily mean that God is not with them. See, when Brother Yusuf told me, "Ooh, we got a little hummingbird, y'all." When Brother Yusuf told me, he's so tiny, he's about this big. Um, and Yeah, he's on the flower. Ooh, I wish y'all could see it. I should have brought the other camera out here. He's blue and red. Anyway, when Brother Yusuf said to me, when you go to Chicago, when I was leaving Indianapolis and I was going to Chicago to work, he said, when you go up there, you look for Allah in everything. And I just never forgot that. So I don't judge because you can't tell Allah where, when, and how he gonna show up. Do is make sure all right, we back. Internet was doing a little spinning. Let's see. Sister Relia also said, she said, money will expose hypocrisy in people or in yourself. She said, motto of the day. Yeah, money just is who you are. All you do is become more of who you are um, when you get money. So that's the reason why it's important that as you're striving to increase your wealth, that you're working on improving yourself. And let me tell you something. It might be just as simple as you improving your diet. And in the improvement of your diet, you may find yourself just move right over in alignment just enough, and then all of a sudden you start seeing things flow to you. See, part of sometimes when we are really strong-minded people, by us pushing against certain things, maybe pushing against the dietary law, maybe pushing against just anything you pushing against, you'd be surprised. You may be doing everything right. You may be getting a 90%, but that 10% in that space where you know you're off, you need to fix that. And when you start striving to tweak that, you'll see a lot of other areas in your life improve. So money is not isolated to just money. It's usually a general thing. Let's see. Owner financing real estate said, my God is powerful. Money hates hypocrites. Yeah, money hates hypocrites. Money hates people who hate it and hates other people. I can't stand people who hate on you just because you got something that they don't have. That is the dumbest thing in the world. That means you're mad at Allah. Sister Aurelia said, my favorite surah is, ooh, yes, the companies, Surah 39. Master Muhammad came to us with a product in his hand to get in the house to teach. It was silk. All women sewed back in the day. Let me say something about that. I think about that often and how he was going door to door selling silk. But probably 100%, probably 99% of us couldn't even afford no silk. 99% of us probably didn't even know what silk was. in the 1930s. We walking around here in dungarees. He was in our stinky houses because our houses had to be stinky and dirty because he had to tell us how to. We didn't have no clothes because he had to tell us how to dress. You had certain classes of black people that was into the Gatsby era, and you see them, but a lot of us was just a step up from slavery, a step up from sharecropping. We was in the house eating hog heads and all of that stuff, and he still came in there and taught us. Think on that. Think on that. All right. Then he says there has to be a balance. We must seek balance. Yes, there definitely has to be a balance. We have to understand more so than balance, which makes it complicated, brother. I would say it's a matter of understanding who and what God is. See, when you get that, then you don't have a problem with money because the bill collector ain't God. Money ain't God. The people that love you because you got a little change ain't God. God is God, and you have to believe that what you have to know that what you believe God can do, he will do. So you don't have to really worry about putting energy towards balance. Put the energy towards what matters, and what matters is that Allah is God all day long, all the time. Okay, let's see. The sun is in my face, so let me see. Being religious or spiritual, two different things. Yeah, it is. It is two different things. It's two different things, and both have both positive and negative connotations because of how people have weaponized them. So that is very, very true. Um, Mr. Aurelia says hummingbirds in Native American culture is a sign of and blessings. Ooh, well, he's still floating around over here, or she, kind of just going from flower to flower. There's some yellow hibiscus over here, and um, it's still there. So shout out to the hummingbird. We should name it, huh? Every have a great weekend. Thanks, and I will DM. Yes, you're welcome, brother Lamont. Brother Lamont is going to get. He has been a longtime supporter. He's always donating, sponsoring. He sponsored somebody for the last boot camp, even able to attend himself. So I'm going to give him a free session because I gave away too many free sessions last time, and my schedule's booked, and I gave away some this time. So now I'm just going to reduce the price. So for the $88, you get all the benefits of the boot camp, and then you also get access to our subject matter experts. Ooh, y'all see the sun shining on us? I love the sun. Love the sun. Nana Kosei says the spirit within. You can see the difference today. I can't you said what you tell me, Nana, what you meant by that. I can't remember. I had it a few minutes ago and I forgot. Um, okay, I see that comment. Let's see. Let me go down. I just want to acknowledge all of y'all comments because I really appreciate you all for joining and being part of this. Silk got me. What did it say? Silk got me. I'm sorry. The sun is now shining in my face. I can't see it. Silk got me in the door selling to Native American trip. Okay. I got you. Got you in the door. Silks, they still work, she's saying. They do. They do still work because I can only imagine this is kind of what I do. I place myself in the situation, which is why oftentimes the energies of the situation, sometimes even people in the situations come to me. Um, I think about him showing up at the door with the silks and me being a woman opening the door, never having seen silk before in my life, and touching the silk and feeling the silk and seeing what it felt like on my skin and just looking at the shininess of it, because maybe I've only ever been exposed to like dungaree or some kind of harsh, coarse cotton or denim, but something silky and satiny I've never seen in my life. And I'm just amazed, like, who is this person talking like this with this amazing silk just draped over his arm? And why is he showing up at my door? And why is he sitting in here in my living room just talking to me? And can you imagine what his energetic countenance must have felt like to come into your living room and you feel that silk and you're just looking at him? And then now you got this emotional experience because you're looking around at the place and you're probably feeling like, man, I'm right here in Black Bottom, Detroit. My place is not good enough. It's not worthy. Let me just at least clean up. And then he starts telling you, after seeing our condition and the inside of our homes, this is how you keep yourself clean, and telling you cleanliness is next to godliness. And come out and hear a word. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to teach you how to first love yourself. I'm going to teach you to accept your own and be yourself. I'm going to teach you things about the earth and the universe that you've never seen or heard before. And this information is yours to have. And then you start studying and absorbing this information, and your life has such a contrast compared to where it was before you met him, and before he showed up with those silks at the door. Just wow. I can go there. I can feel it. Um oh, Nana said, let's see if I move this. I was saying they have and have nots. I can use the appreciator. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. Um I'm sorry, y'all. The sun is shining so bright I can't receive any comments. I was getting into visualizing myself if Master Farah Muhammad walked into my house in 1930 and I was living in Black Bottom, Detroit. That's why there was a reason why they called it Black Bottom, Detroit, because it must have looked and been a certain kind of way. Um, all right, y'all. I've had fun with y'all this morning. I hope if let me know in the chat if anything I've said this morning. I hope it resonates. I hope it helps us as religious people to not be so heavy all the time, so judgmental, so discriminating, so mean. Some of us are just mean. And we try not to be, because we're like, we try to put the smile on and everything, but we just mean. That ain't gonna help you. We're moving into a day and time, and your energy, how you relate to people and how you relate to God is all it's about right now, because we live in a world where you can't tell truth from falsehood. And when you can't tell truth from falsehood, it's all about what's in here. And if what's in here ain't right, it don't matter how religious you think you are, because you can't tell truth from falsehood anyway. All right. So don't forget, Financial Trauma Boot Camp is now just $88. I am not offering a companion free session. So the price is $88 because you will come, you get the boot camp only, but you still get access. I'll be there. And I'm going to still be coaching and training. I'm going to continue. We're going to do some more work on our money trauma. We're going to do some more work on our relationship with money. We're going to keep pounding that. I'm waiting on confirmation from our divorce coach and our divorce expert, because they're going to come in and talk to us about how to avoid allowing divorce and breakups to create financial trauma and impact our ability to have generational wealth. Most people, a lot of us, the average person, when there's a divorce, there's a setback. There's usually an asset that has to get sold to satisfy the egos. So we lose real estate, we lose things. And so we're going to talk about that. We've confirmed Dr. Michael C. A lot of you know Brother Wali. He's a friend of the show. Dr. Michael C. Grayson is a world renowned expert mortgages, foreclosures, and credit. And so he's going to come and talk to us about that. He's going to give us a little mini boot camp on mortgages and foreclosures so that you can avoid a bad situation or have a solution to get yourself out of a bad situation. All right, Wendy, how you feeling? You must like the fall weather. Oh, I just like outdoors. I like the sun. Believe it or not, I like outdoors even when it's cold outside because I just feel like I can feel the pulsation of the universe when I'm outside. I just can't do it as much when it's cold, but I'm somebody who will come outside and get some sun and some energy even when it's cold outside. So I just love it. And I'm loving, loving, loving. I'm going to try to enjoy the lake a little bit later, get a little workout on over there. So, all right, family, love you all. Wishing you more goodness than you've ever experienced or imagined. Use the QR code right here. Um, Register while it's still $88 because once those seats are filled, I'm working on whether or not we're going to have a studio audience for those who can be here with me in Chicago. But don't bank on that because even if I do, it's going to be small. It'll be like probably like 10 or 11 people. But that really depends on how many of you all register because we'll have to have a separate camera crew and all of that. So go ahead and get registered. I'm sorry that my schedule is not permitting for me to give you a companion session. So it's no longer $188. And with the $188, what you were getting was a one-on-one session with me and then access to the boot camp. Now we've reduced the price to $88 and it's just access to the boot camp, but you will get those subject matter experts that are there and an opportunity to get a coaching or session from them, and they will work to see if they can help you with whatever problem you're presenting. All right. Let me check out any last few comments before we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Brother Ronald. Appreciate you. Thank you for those of you all who gave a super chat today. Thank you to those of you all who cash apped Sajdah Enterprises. Any little bit helps, $5, $10, $15. This allows us to be able even to sponsor other people. And I'm always giving away like free opportunities because people call me all the time and they're in trouble. And when I have a boot camp or something like that coming up, it's usually aligned with what people are going through. All right. Love you all. Peace and blessings, family. Um, I'll see you all Monday morning, inshallah. Happy Saturday.